Hi, this Miss Melinda. Welcome to Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. So, if you watched my last two videos, I told you I was starting a brand new class. I didn't plan it. Uh, all I knew, I hadn't been thinking much about what I was going to teach in my next. I'm teaching the same class, but I was trying to decide. I didn't think about what I was going to study, research, and teach for this new class. I didn't think about it. I was worn out from running 7 miles. And so I didn't think much about anything. I just rested. And then the morning, I am in that black costume right next to this video, that black costume. I woke up and spontaneously said, I think I'm just going to not get rid of it, temporarily not teach any of my special, most important classes, topics. I'm gonna just take my law classes and turn them into one big law class, and so I started it in that black costume, just two videos from me. You should see the two top videos, okay, of me. I'm talking too loud. I gotta talk quieter. Shh, shh, shh. Okay, look at the last 3 videos, but the last 2, I think it's the last 2 were, so the black costume, where my boobs look like balloons, okay, and my silver grease above my eyelids was too dark. I had to put the heart dark, and it didn't look right, so I only did it 2 times on 2 videos, and I quit doing it, and I used just the regular light silver. I didn't know I was experimenting because I've been doing the grease above my eyelids. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get to the point. Okay. So if you watch the last 2 videos, I just uploaded. The one I uploaded like a week ago in the black costume. Watch that. That's the first one. The second one is me in my glamorous fabric, shiny fabric, right next to this video. That's number 2, lesson 2. And now we are doing law class 3. Now I'm going to tell you what I finally decided the name of this is going to be. This is going to be of these classes. It's going to be called, quote, trials, unquote. And let me tell you, I'm using Jodi Arias, partly, some, just when it spontaneously comes along, but I'm using her and O.J. Simpson's trial to teach you off of, because nobody gives a shit about those 2 people, and nobody's crying over it, so those 2, I don't mind. I will be mostly just starting out using Jodi Arias. So this is going to be a really interesting class. And those of you who are brand new, subscribe. Hit my subscribe and hit my like and follow this new law class. You just missed the first 2 videos of this new law class called quote, trials, unquote. That's the name I finally came up with for these classes. So this one will say Law Class 3, quote, trials, unquote. Okay? So you have to go back to the two videos before this one and watch those. Watch the black first, Class 1, Class 2 to the left, and then Class 3 is tonight. And each time I videotape a class, it'll be class, like the next one will be Class 4, and then 5, 6, and I put trials at the top is the name of this big, huge law class. I turned, into a big, huge law class. So, you guys have to hop aboard, and subscribers and newcomers, watch these 3 videos of this new class called Trials. And it'll have Class 1, like I just told you, 2 and 3. Please watch all 3 of those videos. You new people, too. And hop aboard and get on this trial, this new class titled Trials, okay? And it's lesson 1, 2, I told you that, okay? And it's called Trials. So you go to the black costume, and then the next costume that's this color, but shiny, and then this one. Watch all 3 of these videos and listen to what I'm saying, and take it in your head and memorize it. Watch it 3 or 4 times, these first 3 videos. If you're in the least bit interested in law classes, you don't have to be wanting to go into law class, any law career of any kind. You can just have a ball with watching my law classes, and you can take notes if you want. But a lot of this you're not going to forget when I tell you this stuff. So, the class I finally came up with a name is called Trials, plural. Because I'll be dipping into all kinds of trials. I'll dip a little bit here and there in other trials. But this class is going to be actually the whole time, but starting tonight. It's going to get funny. It's going to have a lot of comedy, fame, fortune, sex, murder. It's got everything, the mix, that you could possibly have for a sensational, exciting class to teach, okay? It's going to have everything that people want to watch. It's exciting to watch the true stories, and talk about the true stories. And like I said, it will have the rich and the famous, and it'll have sex and lies, lots of lies. So it'll be an exciting class. So let's get started, okay? Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, we got to move fast because it actually turned out to be 20 pages. Well, the 20th page just has like 4 or 5 sentences. Okay. And there's going to be, now, you got to watch to the end. At the end, I'm going to tell you a lot of funny things about Jodi Arias, what she did the night she murdered Travis Martin. No, it's Travis Alexander. You're thinking of Trayvon Martin. No, he is Alexander's. This guy is no, I can't get it. Trayvon Martin and Travis Alexander, right? Okay, so we got Travis Alexander. They play a cassette recording of the way Travis Alexander, that's his last name, is talking to his girlfriend Jodi. Okay, so you want to listen to each of this class, because for the first time I found something that people could understand, that it's not loaded with tons of rhetoric that you or I don't even know the meaning of. It's not like that. You can understand me and follow me. But you got to watch all 3 videos for trials. If you get tired, take a time out. Get up, hop in and out of your tablets and laptops and cell phones whenever you please with my class. I'm not expecting you to, religiously have to watch, but you should try to watch 1, 2, and 3 and do it now before I keep going and going and going, and then you got to go back to number 1 and watch that whole thing. You'd rather have it done. All right, so let's start class. And at the end, I'll tell you some funny things about about her at his house the night she murdered her boyfriend. Travis Alexander. Okay, so here we go. Class 3. Okay, and the name of the class is, quote, trials, unquote. And that is for the last 2 videos. I didn't get a chance to write that. I hadn't labeled it yet. I just labeled it, I think, today. So, this is Law Class 3 Trials. So when you see the 3, you want to go back to 1 and do 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and on and on. And they will all be called trials. We'll be doing this for a long time. So, let me see if I can. I wish I could. I don't know. I guess this is nice right here. I just feel like my brush, it shouldn't be so full here. Yeah, it shouldn't be so full. But I can't push them down. Okay. Well, I can't help it, guys. This is one of those nights that my breasts are just gonna look like they're sticking straight up out of my chest. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. This is the best I'm going to be able to do with my brush. I don't know why it's happening, but... Okay, so here we go. We're going to start the new famous trial class. This is trial class 3. And get the paper out of here. It's trial class 3, and it is, and it's also called trials. Okay, let's go. This can't, you're gonna have to put this. Hold on, I'm trying to get this. I'm always disorganized. Okay, So we are starting law class 3 trials. Okay, here goes. So yeah, and at the end there's comedy, and you're gonna get some funny stories about what Jodi Arias did. So that's at the end of this video. So if you want to see the best part of the Jodi Arias trial, always the good stories will always be at the end of the video, because you need to watch all of my classes to follow this trial class I am teaching. Okay, I'm walking you through the steps, the preliminary steps, before you even get into the courtroom. I've already taught that. You've got to watch those videos, you newcomers. Please subscribe and watch the videos. Jump around and watch too. And you can watch the judicial system if you're interested in the White House and Supreme Court and all that. It might be good foundation for you to learn that, especially if I'm teaching you the steps of the trial. So here we go. Jodi Arias trial. Discovery is the step. Before opening statements. The Jodi Arias trial provides a fascinating look at how the discovery process I lost my place. The Jodi Arias trial provides a fascinating look at how the discovery process unfolds, okay? And I forgot where I'm at. I got to start over. Discovery is the step before the opening statements. The Jodi Arias trial provides a fascinating look at how the discovery process unfolds in a high-profile, quote-unquote, criminal case. High-profile criminal case. Okay, discovery. In the Jodi Arias trial, during discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence, exchanged documents, and conducted witness interviews to build their cases, okay? The lawyers got to start doing something right away, and conduct witness interviews to build their cases. They have to do them like a deposition and get the witness to talk, because they can change their story 50 times. That's why you want to get them in a deposition, and me, the court reporter, would be there keying every word they're saying. And I would have to have those transcripts locked up too. Yeah. So, discovery in the Jodi Arias trial during, where'd it go? The Jodi Arias trial, I already read that. We're down here. Discovery. In the Jodi Arias trial, discovery, both the prosecutor and defense gathered evidence, exchanged documents, and conducted witness interviews. Okay, you hear me? Are you guys with it? Okay, let's say this again. Discovery in the Jodi Arias trial. During discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence, exchanged documents, and conducted witness interviews to build their cases. So you usually, if they're going to conduct witnesses, interviews, they do it at the lawyer's law firm, in a conference room, and me, the court reporter, is the one that would be taking the dictation of the whole deposition, okay? And we have to sign a document after the deposition is over. We both have to sign a document that we agree these are the exact words, because they could change their story 50 times, I was reading. Okay, so discovery in the Jodi Arias trial. During discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence, exchanged documents, and conducted witness interviews to build their cases. So like I said, they usually had the witness interviews coming to the law firm, and I would key it up on a definition, on a deposition, and then me and the witness would sign. It's not an affidavit, I can't say it, affidavit. Anyway, we signed a legal document. I forget the name of it. And just watch my videos and take notes. Okay, so witness interviews to build their cases. Some key elements include forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, and blood stains were analyzed to establish Arias's presence at the crime scene. So the prosecuting attorney was able to put her at the crime scene. Well, we had a million ways that they put her at the crime scene. That's why you got to listen to all my videos, with this trial. Stick with the trial. You can come and go, every couple of days or every whatever, or watch it every day, this one. And then jump in and out of my old videos and learn something from there and see who I'm about. Okay? But right now, I want you to always watch the trials. It's called trials. That first, before anything. Okay. So, discovery in the Jodi Arias case. Did I read this from the top? Let me do that. Jodi Arias trial. Discovery is the step before opening statements. The Jodi Arias the Jodi Arias trial provides a fascinating look at how the discovery process unfolds in a high-profile criminal case. Discovery in the Jodi Arias trial. During discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence. Oh, just a little court reporting education to give you. So to spell evidence in court reporting, evidence is called an arbitrary word in court reporting, meaning like a very important rhetoric and used a lot. So as an arbitrary word in court reporting, you have the abbreviation for evidence is uppercase EFD, evidence. EF like fight, E like Edward, F like fight, D like dog. Yeah, so that's how you spell evidence in court reporting, EFD. Okay, I just thought I'd give you a little court reporting lesson there, since we keep getting hit with the word evidence. Okay, so discovery, how the discovery process unfolds in a high-profile criminal case. Discovery in the Jodi Arias trial. During discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence. And, gathered evidence. Where am I at now? I took a break. Discovery is the step before opening statements. The Jodi Arias trial provides a fascinating look at how discovery process unfolds in a high-profile criminal case. Discovery in the Jodi Arias trial. During discovery, both the prosecution and defense gathered evidence, exchanged documents, and conducted witness interviews to build their cases. Okay? Some key elements, quote unquote, some key elements include forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, blood stains were analyzed to establish Arias' presence at the crime scene. So that was a piece of cake to get Jodi Arias. Jodi had her own blood because she cut, whenever you stab somebody with a big knife, their hand slips and their hand gets cut. Their palm of their hand or their fingers gets cut. And so her blood was all over the place too. Yeah. So this is going to get exciting, guys. This has got everything. Fame, fortune, sex, murder, every exciting, sensational thing you can think of. So come join my class and start watching right now in the beginning. Watch the first 3. Yeah. Watch the first 3. Okay? All right. So, where are we at? All right. So, some of the key elements for discovery is forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, and blood stains were analyzed to establish Arias' presence at the crime scene. Yeah. They were able to get her at the crime scene. Just wait. You haven't heard the half of it. Nobody's ever had a murder. It's at the end of the video. I'm going to tell you at the end of the video that all these lawyers and police say they've never had a murder crime scene. I'm not going to say. I will at the end. I have to let me write this down. Yeah. So no, I wanted something else, not that. I forgot now. Shit. She had her blood. She had a handprint. I can't remember. I've got so much to say at the end of this video. If I can't think of what I was just thinking, don't worry. I got a bunch of surprises at the end of this class. So stick around. Okay. And subscribe, please. Jodi Arias trial. Okay, we didn't read this one yet. Okay. It's page 2. Jodi Arias law class 3. Jodi Arias trial. But the class is called trials, quote unquote. That's the name of the class. We're not going to always be using Jodi necessarily, but I'm trying to use her for everything. Yeah, as a guideline, and it makes it exciting. a lot of people love the excitement of a high-profile case, law trial. So it's got it all. But I'm saving the best for the end of the video. All right, discovery. This is trials class. So photographic evidence. Now that's one thing you're going to get to hear about at the end of this video. It's going to make you laugh your ass off. You're never going to believe this one. Okay? It has to do with what I'm going to tell you right now. But I'm not giving anything away. I'm just saying. So they're saying, here's some things, Number one, photographic evidence. That's a camera. Using a camera for evidence. But you don't know what she did. So time-stamped photos. Time-stamped photos from Travis Alexander's camera. So it was his camera. I didn't know that. I always thought it was hers. Well, I'm sure I knew when I was watching the trial, but I forgot. It's been so long. So time-stamped photos on a digital cam like I have. Has a memory card with a hard drive that comes out. Time-stamped photos for the Travis Alexander's camera with crucial in reconstructing the timeline of events by the FBI. Okay, next part. Communication records, text messages, emails, and phone calls were examined to understand the nature of Arias's and Alexander's relationship. Okay, and then here's 3, witness test. Witness testimonies. Friends, family, and experts were interviewed to provide insight into Arias's behavior and mental state. That's right, her behavior. Wait till I tell you about her behavior. Well, there's hours of her behavior that can be outrageous, funny, crazy, wild, but we can only do a little bit each day, So, I'm going to tell you about a few things that are funny at the end. All right, so communication records, text messages, emails, phone calls were examined to understand the nature of Arias and Alexander's relationship. You listening, guys? Okay, you listening? Witness testimonies. Friends, family, and experts were interviewed to provide insights into Arias's behavior and mental state. But see, I don't like them dependent on my family, going to family as a lawyer and getting, I guess they ask them to do a deposition. But see, family can have all different kind of feelings towards, their daughter, sister, brother, So I don't know if that's really good to depend on family, But they say you got friends, family, experts were interviewed to provide insights into Arias's behavior and mental state. Oh, it's wild. Blood handprint. Okay, so. Okay, so here we are. And I wish we could, I wonder if I went up closer. I feel like my breasts are too much, but I can't. I guess this is working. But you gotta have it back a little bit. You gotta have it back a little bit. That looks good right there. But my eyes look so far away, like black holes. See, I need to be seen. But it's the only way. My breasts look better when I pulled back, see? They don't look so, like flat here. And then when I pulled the chair back, it helped a lot. Okay. So let's stick with that. All right. All right. Jodi Arias, Discovery Continued. Okay, here's a title. Defense Strategy. Arias' legal team used discovery to argue that she acted in self-defense. Where'd this go? There. Presenting evidence of alleged abuse. Well, I don't call it alleged abuse because they played the tape recorder right in the courtroom with him abusing her, his voice, and him abusing her. So I think once it's to that point, they don't have to use the word alleged, even though the trial's not over. If you got the man's voice on tape, and we can all tell it's his voice, and him verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusing Jodi. Wait till it's at the end of this video. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you in to some deep, parts that will fascinate you because it's so sensational. And her insanity, Yeah, she was real weird. She met him in Vegas. And as time went on, when she started dating Travis Alexander, his friends began to say bad things about her, stuff like that. Okay, so let's continue. Defense strategy. Arias' legal team used discovery to argue that she acted in self-defense, presenting evidence of alleged abuse. No, it is abuse. It's not alleged. I don't care what they say. We all heard it in the courtroom, and you will too, somehow. Okay, so discovery played a critical role in shaping the trial, allowing both sides to prepare their arguments, to anticipate opposing claims. Okay, so I have to put this page at the end because it has something written that I'm going to save until the end of the class to get you to watch my shows all the way through so you can learn. I'm busting my butt, and I can't be doing all this. I enjoy it, but I can do it just for myself. I'm being kind enough. Oh, I wanted to put 3 back there. Did you? I'm doing it because I want, because I enjoy it. And I'm not working. I'm retired for life. All right. So here's page 4. Okay, so yeah, I think my breasts look a lot better this way, farther back. I just don't like my eyes so far away because they look like black holes if I don't have my eyes right up in the camera. Well, maybe later I'll move real close, or I'll pick it up and hold it. Okay, law class 3 still. So all this whole video's 3. And the name of the trials, Jodi, could you not talk so loud? I'm recording. Okay. Okay. Jodi Arias trial. The name of the class is, quote, trials, unquote. So, how discovery impacts jury selection, voir dire. Well, voir dire, voir dire occurs before the trial officially starts. Before it officially starts. Where am I at? Attorneys already have access to some discovery materials by that point, okay? Even though the voir dire is before the discovery, a lot of the attorneys, the trial officially starts attorneys, already have access to some discovery materials, quote unquote. By that point, the attorneys might already have some discovery materials before the trial even starts, or the discovery. By that point, here's how discovery can shape jury selection. A, identifying key issues. Discovery helps attorneys understand, oh yes, if I'm not leaning back, I look better. Oh, that's perfect. That's the answer. See, it's because you're leaning back. Oh, I see. Lean forward, and your breasts won't look like they're chopped off. I see. You got to lean forward. Okay, that works. Lean forward. Okay, remember that. Because you're leaning back, and that's what's giving you like a flat chest, and then all of a sudden balloons. See, when I lean forward, now my breasts look more relaxed, especially at the top. Yeah. All right. Oh, I feel a lot better that I leaned forward. That's the answer, okay? All right. So we figured that. You guys are learning all about my breasts and filmmaking with me. It's spontaneous. I can't help it. Okay. But I'm getting better and better at positioning. All right. So they already have the discovery mostly by this point when they go to the courtroom. Here's how discovery can shape jury selection. Identifying key issues. Discovery helps attorneys understand the strengths and weaknesses of their case. This allows them to craft voir dire questions, see, that reveal potential juror biases, see? So, related to specific evidence, or arguments, okay? Okay. So, next page. So, it's still class 3. And, of course, the class is called Trials. I finally found a name for it a day or two ago. It's called Trials. And that's a perfect name. Because I'll be talking all kinds of trials. I'll do some research in other trials other than OJ and Jodi Arias. Oh yeah, I just remembered this one murder. See, like I said, I've been studying murder and CSI and forensic files. This one lady took an axe and just started hitting this woman. Oh, I remember that. That was a horrible story. Like the Lizzie Borden story. Took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. That's a good one, isn't it? Let's see, should we pull the belt just a little forward? Or should it stay like my waist? I think you could see it makes my waist, right? I think so. This should go this way. All right. Okay. Onward. Let's move on. Okay. You have to lean forward, then your breasts look more relaxed. Yeah, when you lean back, that's when it looks goofy. Okay, so Law Class 3, still called trials. Well, I don't have to say still called, just trials, because we're going to be doing this trial class. It's going to involve other trials, even other than OJ probably. All right, and we do a lot of precedents. I'm going to teach you precedents and me. Okay, so trials. Read this after you watch law classes 1 and 2, it says. Jodi Arias trial. Opening statements. Opening statements in a trial occur after the discovery phase. Discovery is the pre-trial process. Are you guys listening to me? You got to concentrate on what I'm saying. You can't be blacking out and spacing out. If you black out or space out and you miss a bunch of the rhetoric, that's being said in the courtroom, you're going to lose interest. You're not going to know where you're going, where it's at. So you have to listen to me, guys, and concentrate. This is the 3rd class. You got to go back and get the first 2. But listen and concentrate and remember what I said to you in this class, in all 3 of these classes for trials. Right now I'm going to start pushing you just focusing on trials. But you can jump around all different videos. I would like you to, when you're not watching trials, and see what I'm about. But you got to watch till the end with this trials, and you should do it with every video, but this trials. I save a lot of the good stuff for the end. Okay, so opening statements in a trial occur after the discovery phase, okay? Discovery is the pre-trial process where both parties exchange evidence. I got iced tea. Gather witness. I'll take this one. Gather witness testimonies and build their cases. Once discovery is complete, the trial begins. And opening statements are made before any witnesses are called, okay? All right. Jodi putting it, yeah, okay, we know. Okay, so, moving right along here. I could use a drink. I got green tea on the rocks. That means on ice in my freezer. So it's the least, it doesn't rot your teeth or your insides. It's green tea, and it says on the family-sized plastic container blueberry. I didn't even notice it till I got out the store. So it's green tea, blueberry flavor, and when you pour it in your cup or my bottles, it comes out red. Get a load out of that one. Okay, so here we go. we're going to start a new part. It's called expert witnesses and technical evidence. All right? I'm assuming they mean technical, like with technology. I don't know. All right. It says expert witnesses and technical evidence. I assume they're saying that the expert witnesses are going to testify about technical evidence. That's what it sounds like. And then it says if discovery reveals that first testimony will play a major role, attorneys may ask jurors about their familiarity with certain topics: forensic science, psychology, financial fraud, pretrial publicity, and bias. In high-profile cases, discovery may uncover media coverage. It may uncover media coverage or public opinions that could influence jurors. Attorneys can use voir dire to access whether potential jurors have been exposed. All right? So, if they've been exposed, you have to, fire them. I'm using the word, I don't know what they call it, but you have to fire them and get a new one. All right. To biased info. Yeah, okay. So, juror background checks. Attorneys sometimes use discovery-related research and to investigate potential jurors, backgrounds, social media activity, or past experiences that, trying to keep my arm up, or past experiences that might affect their impartiality, okay? Now, next one, challenges for cause. If discovery reveals sensitive or controversial evidence, attorneys may use voir dire to identify jurors who might struggle to remain neutral. They can then request that biased jurors be removed. All right, they can then request that biased jurors be removed. Okay. You listening, guys? I'm on page 7. It's not going to take too much longer, but you got to think and listen. I can't make these just little 20-minute or half hour, or once in a while I can do a half hour, but I'm trying to do an hour because I can't teach you a class, and do 10 minutes or 20 minutes a day. It'll take us 2 weeks just to make a little bit of progress. You need to watch me the whole hour. And once you subscribe and you hit my like button, I'll smile and show my baby bright white teeth, permanent roots and implants. Cheese. Okay. Even though jury selection happens before the trial, the name of this is trials. Okay. Attorney already has attorneys already have discovery materials that help them shape a strategy for picking the most favorable jury. Okay? All right? Here's the next one. So here we are. Voir dire is a critical phase. Okay, I gotta talk softer. Voir dire is a critical phase in criminal trials. I want to say it again. Voir dire is a critical phase. Voir dire is a critical phase in criminal trials. They're not saying misdemeanor, but they're saying, or civil. They're saying in criminal trials, the voir dire is critical. It could make or break you, and that's what I'm trying to teach you. Yeah. So, voir dire is a critical phase in criminal trials where attorneys select jurors who will fairly evaluate the case, period. Here are some key strategies. Here are some key strategies attorneys use, okay? Number one, establishing rapport. Attorneys aim to create a comfortable environment. Very important. So jurors feel open to sharing their thoughts. They approach voir dire as a conversation, not an interrogation. So those of you who can't just start a conversation, like if you don't have the confidence to start a conversation with possible, I forget the word they use, but possible starts with a P. Potential, that's what they call it. So lean forward, okay, so that my breasts don't look goofy at the top. They look relaxed. Okay, so here is number 2, identifying biases. Attorneys ask open-ended questions to uncover potential biases. See? If you ask open-ended questions to uncover potential biases, it'll open the doors for you to find that when you use open-ended questions. I think they might kind of be talking about leading them too. I'm not sure. But they talk about leading somewhere in my classes. So attorneys ask open-ended questions to uncover potential biases. 2, they avoid questions that encourage that encourage socially desirable responses. Can you be fair? Parenthesis, since jurors may just say yes without revealing their true thoughts. 3, using hypotheticals, okay? Number 1, lawyers present hypotheticals, scenarios related to the case to gauge jurors' reactions, okay? To gauge jurors' reactions, all right? We're up to an hour already. All right, here's law class 3, still the same one. Okay. My hair is supposed to be curly at the end. Yeah. Okay. Make it curly. Okay. I don't have time to fix this, Melinda. Come on. Law Class 3. Text messages and emails, communications between Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander revealed a volatile relationship. Yeah, so this is not allegations. We got their voices in a volatile relationship. So they shouldn't use allegations. Well, they didn't. They didn't here. Okay. So text messages and emails, communications between Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander revealed a volatile relationship, with Alexander allegedly using derogatory language towards Arias. Oh boy, did he ever. I've never heard a man talk to a woman like that. I'll tell you at the end of this video, if you stay watching and listening and thinking about what I'm saying to you right now and not spacing out, I got some good, gossip of this Hollywood diva trials class I have started. So stick with me. You got to listen and think about what I'm saying. All right. So all the devices revealed a volatile relationship, with Alexander allegedly using derogatory language toward Arias. They played it in the courtroom, and I heard it. I watched the whole trial. I don't know why they say alleged. Doesn't matter if we're still in court. We could hear his voice. Yeah, so that does not have to stay alleged because you're in a court trial and you're in the courtroom. If you just played the dead person's voice saying this, then it's no longer alleged. It's a fact in the trial. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, allegedly, she seemed like she was just going along with him to make him happy because she was so in love with him. She didn't sound like she was having a good time when he was abusing her. No. Okay, Alexander allegedly using derogatory language toward Arias. I don't know why. Okay, they say alleged. Okay. We could all hear it in the actual live trial on a cassette, and I watched the whole thing live, and I just heard it played on YouTube when researching. Oh, yeah, okay. You heard the tape. Yeah. If you could get it. Yeah, you could videotape it and then record it to here. I'd have to find it where he's saying, I had it where he said the dirty thing to her. Well, that's only one of many, but that was about the dirtiest. I just heard it, and I could take a video of it and repost it to my students and fans. All right, here's peremptory challenge, still class 3, called trials. Okay. A defendant's or lawyer's objection to a proposed juror made without needing to give a reason. That's pretty cool, huh? Quote, attorneys used their peremptory challenges, unquote, to exclude jurors based on the crudest racial stereotypes, quote unquote. The extent of peremptory challenge. I'm going to teach you how to pronounce it, preemptory, as soon as I do it, learn it myself again. Okay, it's right here. So, peremptory challenges. It's pronounced poo, P-U-H hyphen, if I think of the word, I'll know what I'm saying. Poo, rimp, it's, okay. It's poo, P-U-H dash, remp, R-E-M-P, remp, and it's shun at the X, isn't it? Why do I do it where I can't read it? Oh, that's part of this word. Okay. Peremptory. It's pronounced peremptory. Peremptory. It's peremptory. Peremptory. Okay. I always wanted to put something between the P and the T. You don't. It's pronounced preemptory. And the Tory is T-U-H-R-E-E instead of T-O-R-Y. Okay. We're teaching how to pronounce it. So you pronounce it peremptory. Peremptory. All right. So peremptory challenges, quote unquote. Adjective, number 1. Decisive, where am I at? Peremptory challenges, quote unquote, to exclude jurors, biased, on the crudest racial, quote, stereotypes, unquote. Quote, the extent of preemptory challenge. Preemptory challenges. Pronounced peremptory. Peremptory challenges. Peremptory challenges. It's not like you think for peremptory. No, it says P-U-H. Peremptory. And the Tory is not spelled T-O-R-Y. It is in English right here. But when they're showing you how to pronounce it, it's poo, P-U-H, remp, Tory, T-U-H, R-E-E. Okay. Adjective, 1, decisive, final, or dictatorial. 2, command, ruling, or decision that does not allow for questioning or debate. Origin, this looks like the year, the century, 1505 and 1515, Latin, peremptoris, final, decisive. All right, done with that page. Just had a little bit written on it. Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay. Law Class 3. It's Trials is the name of my new law class. Trials. So this is going to be very exciting, you guys, because this has got everything that's sensational and exciting. If you're one of those people that like that, you're going to love this class because it's got sex, it's got murder, it's got, stealing and fortune and fame and jealousy and lots of money. It's got all the exciting, sensational Hollywood movie diva that you could ever watch. So here we go. The next part, Law Class 3. As long as we're filming now, it's always going to be Law Class 3. Next video before. So trials, hypotheticals. Are you listening, guys? Because I want you to remember. So think of it like I'm telling you a story. And process it in your head. And keep it there. And if you can't, remember, and we're not. So you got to keep watching it over and over. Watch all 3 of these trials. Right now I'm going to push you to watch my newest class where I'm not teaching any other classes right now. So it's called Trials, the class. And this is Law Class 3. All right, so next page we're on. 3. This helps reveal attitudes toward key issues like, quote, self-defense, unquote, quote, forensic evidence, quote, unquote, or police credibility. Oh, my arm's in the way. I gotta move a little. Yeah. So you can see my waist is not into the black camera. Okay, there. That looks good. You gotta pull it a little more forward. And then I will bend over so it won't look. Maybe it's too forward. I have to lean forward so my breasts look more relaxed. Yeah. Okay. So here it is. Next one. All right, Law Class 3. And Law Class 3. Trials, hypothetics. 3. This helps reveal attitudes toward key issues like self-defense, forensic evidence, or police credibility. 4. Observing nonverbal cues. Attorneys analyze body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice to detect discomfort or hidden biases. See? You have to have that personality, too. It's real hard to teach this stuff to people. If you're not born with this in your personality, you're probably not going to be as good a lawyer as like me. It's saying observing nonverbal cues. Attorneys analyze body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice to detect discomfort or hidden biases. So you have to be able to really watch their body and their behavior, and if they're defensive and all that. Okay, number 5, strategic use of challenges. Preemptory challenges, quote unquote. Attorneys can remove a limited number of juries without giving a reason. That's fascinating, isn't it? 5 says strategic use of challenges, preemptory challenges. They can use that, and attorneys can remove a limited number. So they're saying more than one juror at a time. They can remove a limited but number of jurors without giving a reason. Did you hear that? You have to listen. It becomes a story. And then you're going to get more and more interested. You're going to get addicted. Everybody, probably 70% of our earthling population, people are into TV, and a lot of them are in exciting law trials, is probably the most exciting class you could teach. Yeah, okay. So, this is 5. Strategic use of challenges. Okay, continue. Challenges for cause. It can also be called challenges for cause, okay? If a juror shows clear bias, attorneys can request their removal, okay? Did you hear that? Are you listening, guys? Okay, you got to listen closely and concentrate, because this is like going to become a story to you. And if you're paying attention, you'll get more and more interested, and it'll be more exciting. Tell your friends and family to subscribe to Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. Yeah, subscribe and join our party. This is going to get more and more exciting. I got a couple of things I'm going to tell you about the night Jodi Arias murdered her boyfriend. We will get all through that. We will get through the whole process of the murder, because this was the longest murder I've ever seen. Okay, so, I got some juicy stuff to tell you about Jodi Arias and the night she murdered her boyfriend. Now I'm mixed up with the other guy. Travis Alexander. Okay. So, 5, strategic use of challenges for cause. So this inflammatory can also challenges can also be called challenges for cause. Wait, how do you say this? Where'd this go? Preemptory. Okay, preemptory challenges can also be called challenges for cause, quote unquote, all right? So they say it's the same thing. All right, wait, my leg's hurting a minute. Gotta stretch it out. Okay. Okay, so. All right, so. What is, okay. All right. I can't have that. You have to have it there. You can see both sides of my waist. All right, here we are. Challenges for cause. If a juror shows clear bias, attorneys can request their removal. 6, framing the case early. So, and some attorneys subtly introduce their case, then introduces their case. Why do I write sloppy sometimes? I can't read it. Then some attorneys subtly introduce their case. I can't read that. During voir dire to shape jurors' perspectives, okay? Some attorneys subtly introduce their case, I can't read it. During voir dire to shape jurors' perspectives. I'll probably get back to that word. Their case, them, I don't know. Another one. They may ask questions that highlight key defense, okay? That highlight key defense or prosecution arguments, okay? So now we got, we're almost getting towards the end, guys. So hang in there and concentrate and hop aboard this new law class called Trials. And it'll be labeled by numbers. so you know what order to watch the videos in, which is just in a backwards order. When you go into my YouTube, like you're in right now, okay, you knew at Melinda Ifkovitz, obviously. They use my Twitter name. And then and then I key in personal YouTube channel. And then put the title of my show, Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. Okay? And get in there. Oh, what I'm trying to tell you, and I want to write this down. Every time you go into my YouTube channel, when I get in, it's always stuck under the rhetoric home. It's always stuck at the rhetoric home. You have to key videos. Here, I'm going to write it better. I can't read it there. You have to key in videos right away. Okay. Like, just get into the YouTube like normal. But when you get in, you'll see home, diva, shorts, and something else. Press that videos, and then you'll get all my videos, most recent, going chronologically backwards. But you'll get to see row after row after row across my whole, well, I like to use a laptop. I like to think you guys are seeing my show on something better than a cell phone. I just can't, you can't see it the same and enjoy it. I don't look as pretty on a cell phone because I'm shrunk up as a tiny little, person. Or even a tablet. Well, the tablet might be okay. But if you could watch me on a laptop, it'd be great. Or a tablet. But if you only like cell phones, I guess I'll be stuck with you having to see me as a little mouse on a cell phone. Okay, so when you get into my YouTube channel, you see the word home and video. Hit video. And also, because home, when you get in on home, you only get 3 videos in that one row. And everything's just thrown. All my videos are just thrown up into the middle air, all over, scattered. You can't do it. When you get inside my YouTube channel, like right now, you should press the videos. It's the only way you're going to be able to follow my classes and learn. So you have got to hit that video button, okay? That's what you need to do. I'm trying to see how long I've been. Okay. Well, we're on page 12. So if you can hang in there and concentrate, it gets better and better. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you some funny things and weird stories about Jodi and her behavior. Don't forget the interrogation. Okay, shh, quiet. Okay, so now here we are, Law Class 3. And it's still called Trials. Okay. So, I have to lean forward so my breasts look relaxed instead of like they're pushed up in the air. Like, yeah, you have to lean forward because, it needs to have a relaxed look. Yeah. Okay, Class 3. Push under videos. All right. How attorneys craft jury questionnaires. That's a good one. Did you hear that? How attorneys craft jury questionnaires. Jury questionnaires are, quote, critical tools, unquote. Jury questionnaires are critical tools in voir dire, helping attorneys gather info about potential jurors before questioning them in court. Here's how they crafted. Here's how they're crafted. Colon. 1. Identify key issues. Attorneys first determine the most important aspects of the case that could influence jurors' opinions. Okay? Oh, it jumps from 12 to 15. I've been working so hard on this class. You know, I had like two pages that were called 10. Okay, so I got all the way up to 20. Here's 15. See, so I'm only missing 13 and 14. It's probably in my room somewhere. Yeah. And here's page 3. Okay. That's at the end. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now, Jodi Arias' defense team argued that she acted in self-defense, portraying Travis as abusive and claiming that Arias was a victim of domestic violence. Lawyers presented this argument in court, emphasizing her mental state. Emphasizing her mental state and the alleged abuse she suffered to challenge the prosecution's claim of premeditation. All right. During the trial, Arias herself testified that she feared for her life, stating that she was forced into a, quote, kill or be killed situation. In my day, we called it fight or flight syndrome. Jesus Christ builds every human being's body with the fight or flight syndrome. So if something scares you, you either fight them to protect them and stop them from possibly hurting you badly or killing you, or you flight. That means, or you run like hell and hope that you can outrun them. Well, I'm a Chicago Marathon runner and treadmill runner, so I got a pretty damn good run for me. All right, so emphasizing her mental state and the alleged abuse she suffered to challenge the prosecution's claim premeditation. All right. During the trial, here, I got to talk softer. I got to talk quieter. Shh. Let's talk quieter. Shh. During the trial, Arias, you listening? You guys got to listen to this because there's going to be some funny, good stuff coming up at the end of this video. And it's to get you to, I want you guys to get it, jump into this trial because I'm going to be teaching it for months. And it's going to become a soap opera, and you're going to love it. Like, what's Melinda going to tell us next? Okay, so, abuse she suffered to challenge the prosecution's claim of premeditation. During okay, where am I at? Let's see. Jodi Arias' defense team argued that she acted in self-defense, portraying Travis as abusive and claiming that Arias was a victim of domestic violence. Her lawyers presented this argument in court, emphasizing her mental state and the alleged abuse she suffered to challenge the prosecution's claim of premeditation. During the trial, Arias herself testified that she feared for her life, stating that she was forced into a kill or be killed, unquote, situation. Her legal team attempted to support this claim by presenting evidence of their tumultuous relationship. Okay? All right. Law class. Trials, name of the class now. Arguing that she entered a fight. I made this up. I mean, I didn't make it up. It came out of my head. It's by Sigmund Freud. I learned a book out of the library in high school. The only book I probably took out of the library, because I was already into psychiatric psychology studying. All right, law class, trials, and arguing that she entered a fight or flight syndrome. That's mine. And that's what Sigmund Freud teaches. So I said it first, and that's when they came up with copying what they said. Okay. Syndrome, response. Fight or flight syndrome, response. However, the prosecution countered these claims, arguing that the murder was planned rather than a reaction to immediate danger. Okay. Here's another one. Fine law released transcripts of Arias's closed door testimony. Closed door testimony during her sentencing retrial. She did a closed door testimony. So like behind closed doors, and certain people could only hear. And then AZ Central published secret testimony transcripts that were later made available to the media. I think I can go in here and learn off these sites, but I think you might have to have passwords or money, and I don't have credit cards, and I don't know how to use passwords. I've had so much trouble with them. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't want to talk about it right now, some other time. Okay, so anyway, these are things you can look up and study. And Jodi Arias is innocent, has various court documents, including pre-trial motions and sealed testimony transcripts, okay? But here's what happens. A flip side of the coin. Law class trial, law class 3 trials. Let me write that down. I didn't say it right. Law class, well, just keep that. Well, it's got an S, okay. And it's law class 3. Okay, so by Daniel Taylor, ESQ, lasted updated on March 21st, 2019. Transcripts of convicted murderer Jodi Arias. Okay, it's our Jodi Arias. Jodi Arias' closed door testimony during, yes, you were leaning way too back. That's why you had trouble with your breast didn't look right there. I'm glad I fixed that problem. So that's what you're going to have to do, is lean forward. So it doesn't look like my chest is flat and then all of a sudden sticking out. It should be a smooth, going from the bottom of my throat smoothly into my breast. It shouldn't look like two balloons and a flat chest, up to your throat. So it looks much better, yeah. So, it looks much better. Okay. Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay. By Daniel Taylor, ESQ. I don't know what that means. Esquire? I don't know. Lasted, updated on March 21st, 2019. Transcripts of convicted murderer Jodi Arias Jodi Arias closed door testimony during her sentencing retrial have been released. Arias was convicted of murdering her boyfriend in 2013, but I think she did it in 2008, because that's what I saw somewhere. So I guess it took, 5 years to get the trial going. I don't know. But jury was unable to decide whether she should be sentenced to death or life in prison. See, this gets exciting, guys. So listen to what I'm saying, or you won't be able to follow it. All right, listen to this. So, have been released. Arias was convicted of murdering her boyfriend in 2013, but a jury was unable to decide whether she should be sentenced to death or life in prison. A new jury was impaneled in September to decide Arias's fate, but controversy arose after the judge closed the courtroom to the press and the public from testimony of an unidentified witness. Reports the Arizona Republic, I don't know, I think it's a magazine or something, I don't know. Now let's go, we got 18, 19, okay. Well, we're almost done, guys. If you can just concentrate. I've only got 4 pages. They're not even, this one is just 4 sentences. So I got 3 pages left. Can you concentrate on these last 3 pages? Because once you learn what I'm teaching, you're going to want it. You're going to get more and more interested. So we only have 3 pages left. Please listen and learn. And process it in your head. And watch these 3 videos over and over, okay, for the next couple weeks at your own pace, whenever you feel like. And then hop around, like that card game concentration, when you turn, we lay out all the cards face down, and you pick up 2 cards anywhere in the middle. Pick up a video anywhere in the middle of I got 37 videos, or 38. I did it fast, yeah. But I've slowed it down a little bit. Otherwise, I think people will have a hard time keeping up with me, And I want you to go jump around in different videos after you've studied these 3 videos. Jump all over the place and watch me. But watch me till the end, because at the end, a lot of times, there's a surprise, yeah. Because I start thinking, class is ending, and then spontaneity kicks out, and here we go. I got something exciting to say. All right, law class, the name of the class is Trials. Plural, Trials, plural, yeah. That witness was later identified as Jodi Arias herself was the unidentified witness. So the Court of Appeals reverses trial court order. The courtroom closure came after the defense argued that that, quote, skittish defense witnesses, unquote, should be allowed to testify in secret. Arias testified for 2 days in secret before the Arizona Court of Appeals ruled that the media should have access to the courtroom and to transcripts of Arias' testimony, which would be from me, the court reporter. So I damn well better have it locked up. If somebody wants those, they'll come after you. What happened to 20? Okay. So we got 2 pages left. In total, the transcripts, which is from the court reporter, which would be me, or I'm playing the paralegal. I actually got the associate degree in paralegal. But I learned, court reporting at 180 words a minute. Okay, move on. Finish up class. Now concentrate on what I'm saying. So when I do my next video, you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? It's very easy to understand this class. That's why I decided to go all law, just one big law, and I didn't know what I was going to call it or how it was going to go. And it was spontaneous. I woke up one morning and I said, I'm not going to get rid, but I'm going to take a break from all my other famous classes, and I'm going to do just one big law class. And that was spontaneously. It happened spontaneously, yeah. I didn't premeditate that. So in total, the transcripts run well over 200 pages. Can you imagine that? Yeah. But they start out with a bang, colon. After stating her name, Arias testifies that she killed Travis Alexander, her boyfriend, in '08, but didn't admit to the killing until 2 years later. See, so they hadn't even gone to court. Didn't admit to the killing till 2 years later. Well, didn't they have her locked up in that time? I would think so. Yeah, just like her. Well, don't. Oh, yeah. We could do my girlfriend who stabbed somebody 126 times. Yeah, I forgot about that. We're going to bring Baumgartner into the picture. I'm going to show the picture of her. You take a picture with that. Try this thing. Take a picture of Sandra Baumgartner. Tell them to look her up. All right, let's move on. Hurry up. But they start out with a bang. After stating her name, Arias testifies that she killed Travis Alexander, her boyfriend, in '08, but didn't admit to the killing until 2 years later, so that would be 2010. 2010, okay. Because what she did was so horrific, she's saying. Her quote was, she wouldn't admit she killed him because it was so horrific that I could never have imagined myself doing that to another human being. She's just saying that. It's all bullshit. Well, one of her's got a whole shitload of mental illnesses, and one of them is that starts with an N. She got arrogance, but no, I can't think of it. Anyway, let's move on. She has a whole bunch of mental illnesses, and she can't feel other people's feelings. No, she was born without that, just like John Wayne Gacy and well, he's another one I'd like to bring up. Ted Bundy, Melinda, my God. Okay, we'll do a little on him too. I could never have imagined myself. So this is her excuse why she didn't admit she murdered him for 2 years. She couldn't imagine. Talking shit, trying to make people think she has feelings for other people, to another human being. Arias also admitted trying to conceal the murder, in part by, don't forget Ted Bundy, that's a good one. When he goes in the college dorms at the end and then grabs a 12-year-old girl, is his very last one. He never did one that young. Might not have been through puberty yet, which makes it even worse. Okay, to conceal the murder, in part by playing the role of grieving girlfriend. Quote, I knew that by not showing up, it would look more suspicious. She's talking about going to his funeral. How did I miss that? Let's see. To conceal the murder, in part by playing the role of grieving girlfriend. I knew that by not showing up, it would look more suspicious. She's talking about the funeral. I had it the other day, but now I can't find it. Okay, class 3 still, and it's called trials. Discovery continued. Jodi Arias' defense strategy. Arias' legal team used dictionary Jodi Arias' discovery continued. Defense strategy. Arias' legal team used discovery to make that she acted in self-defense, presenting evidence of alleged abuse. Discovery played a crucial role in shaping the trial, allowing both sides to prepare their arguments and anticipate. All right, let's say this again. Discovery played a critical role in shaping the trial, allowing both sides to prepare their arguments and anticipate opposing claims. Okay, so, let me say this two more sentences. Then I'm going to tell you some things about the Jodi Arias, but only a couple. But this trial goes on. When it's high profile and you got famous lawyers and dream teams on both sides, the trial could go on much longer. Now, see, you're starting to make your boot. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't lean back. It looks goofy. Okay, right like that. All right, so Arias testified about attending Travis's memorial. That's what I was just saying to you. She said, I showed up and tried to act as normal as I could. If I didn't show up, she said, it would look more suspicious. Okay, that's 20 pages, but I got 3 I pulled out because there's something I wanted to remember. Okay, so, all right, here's some things I'm going to tell you. So, just to give you an idea, all right, this is some stuff that happened, and then I'm going to tell you my feelings about this, not Trayvon Martin. It's Travis Alexander. The two of those names get me mixed up, and I saw them like close to the same time. Okay, Travis Alexander. They make him out to be like this, like Jesus Christ, such a good man that busted his ass to get what he's got, So here is something, okay, they played in the courtroom, and you could look it up yourself and hear it yourself. Travis Alexander, how he talked to Jodi. I've heard of men with verbal abuse, but this one is really bad. And they made him out to be so sweet and nice, And he just wanted a sweet and nice girlfriend who was wholesome, innocent, didn't have any evil in her, and would be a little Susie Homemaker wife, But he just couldn't let her go because she was so gorgeous and they had such good sex together, see? So they couldn't leave each other. So here is something they played in the courtroom. So you can't argue it. His voice, okay? He says to her, and they say it in the trial, yeah. So he says, Travis says to Jodi, I'm going to tie you to a tree. So it means you're going to be out, like they go walk a little ways into the woods. I think they used to do that shit. Anyway, he says to her, I'm going to tie you to a tree. And I'm going to shove a stick up your ass. He said something like that. I have to look that up again. But it was like that. I'm going to tie you to a tree and I'm going to stick something up your ass, is what I think it was. And they're making this guy in court, like he was such a good man. And he was looking for a clean, wholesome wife. He didn't want to marry Jodi, because she could be a bad girl. And his friends all had suspicion that this girl is really whacked out. You need to get away from her, okay? You need to get away from her. And so, but he couldn't let her go because their sex was so intense. And when he tried to get away and date, he said, I'm going to date other people. He met this girl. I don't know if he met her through Mormon. He was a Mormon. And supposedly highly adhered to it, did all the rules. Well, bull crap, because he was screwing Jodi Arias. That's not following Mormon. That's one of the worst crimes in the Mormon church. And yet they act like he was so... They show you on the internet, he was so into Mormon, and they show you it, dedicated. And he was such a good man, and he became... where he got a job with this PayPal or something. Maybe prepaid. And what it is you get the employee. And so Travis got the job, and he had the personality like me. They were traveling around the country. They hadn't left the country. Yeah, I don't think it didn't get that big. Maybe down the road it might. There's probably Mormon in other countries, but I don't know if he, was going to go on, he was not in any situation where, he had a job. So no, he's not going to be touring the world for this. Maybe when he got older or something. All right, so I thought that was horrible. And I think it really had to affect her mentally and emotionally. How degrading. And she's so in love with him, she laughs and says something like, oh, you're so cute. After he gets done telling her how he's going to tie her to a tree and stick something up her ass. But I don't think it was his dick. I don't know, I got to look it up. But anyway, that's what it was, like stick something up her ass. It was something horrible, yes. And tying her to a tree. And she says, oh, you're so funny, that's funny. She's letting this guy talk to her like this, which is sick. I mean, really sick. But she's so in love with him, she's letting him talk to her in any way he wants. Yeah, so it's really sad. That part, I have some empathy for Jodi. because she was so in love with him. She tolerated all that abuse he did. Well, he was abused, and when you're abused, you abuse. History repeats itself, and that's how it goes. You end up abusing someone else because you were abused, you know. So let's see if I got another story. Oh, I want to tell you about the camera. Let me tell you this before I forget. No murder has ever been taken a picture by the murderer. Well, actually, they say that, but when I started thinking about it, there's a lot of murderers that did take pictures of murdering. So I don't know why they say when Jodi Arias, the night she was murdering her boyfriend, she dropped the camera and stepped on it. Her pants leg caught it. She had like loose, kind of like jogging pants on. Michael Jackson, white stripes on the side, black. And the pants leg caught the camera and it snapped the picture. Well, it snapped a picture of her pants and her foot. So, and they're saying no other, but no, when I think about it, lots of them have pictures of the murder happening. That guy, he's a good one to bring up too. The one that flew the plane for the Canadian Air Force, went around, start breaking in women's houses, that worked at the air base with him. He was the big shot of the whole air base. He even flew Queen Elizabeth around. She liked him. And he had a wife and a kitty cat. And so I should touch base with that too. See, you can hear interesting stories by me if you hang around to the end. See how I'm spontaneous? I'm just starting to think of this murder and that murder and this murder. And I'm saying it's the only murder trial in history that, a picture was taken of while she's murdering him. But that's not true, because that Air Force guy, the top-notch guy, he started out breaking into women's houses and apartments and trying on their underwear and then stealing their underwear. And he would inventory it and put it in suitcases. Yeah, he had it down in the basement, I think, where his wife, and had it locked where his wife, she didn't suspect anything weird was going to be, they lived very common lives, and she didn't even ask to see, what's in the treasure chest, So there's a lot of good trials. Here's another thing I wanted to tell you at the end of this, is this right here. When Jodi was trying to clean up the crime scene, she ran down the hall, ran down to the washing machine, and she put all the bloody evidence in the washing machine, and guess what she does? She puts, it's Travis's camera, it's a digital cam, so it has a memory card, which has a hard drive. So you take the memory card out, and you bring it like to Walmart's, and they'll develop it in the computer for you. Well, Jodi took the camera. She didn't bother to take the memory card out. Her whole idea was throwing it in the wash and washing it in detergent and into a whole washing machine. What do they call it? A whole washing machine. Until it's done, whatever it's called. And she thought that would, destroy the pictures. And it's a little, I've got one, a digital cam. It's a very fragile memory card, real small, like just a centimeter or less. widthwise and lengthwise. The memory card, the digital cam's about a centimeter width and vertically and horizontally. And the dummy threw that in there and left, the scene of the crime. Another mistake she made, I want to tell you, so to finish that, but she got 4 gallons of gas, or big, each one, huge, I want to write that down, gas, four of them, she got four gas tanks, and filled them up, at a gas station that would have nothing to do with her route. So her deal was, let me finish what I'm saying about the camera. All right. So the FBI go in there, they take the camera and everything out of the wash, and they send it to the FBI headquarters. And they were able to save each and every picture. And it's like 100 or 200 pictures they took naked in bed the night she murdered him. The night she murdered him, they were taking naked pictures in his big bed all night long. He was enjoying it. He was loving it. Yeah, he's a grown man. If he didn't want her there, he would say, you got to leave. I don't want you in today, Jodi. I don't know. I think he might have had a time where he didn't want her in or something. And then he had a time where he broke up with her and was dating this new woman. And Jodi was hiding behind the window in the bushes watching him. They didn't have sex. She was clean, and that's what he was looking for. A clean, wholesome Doris Day woman to marry, and be mentally stable. But he was having a ball with Jodi every time he got with her. So, don't feel sorry for him. He's a typical man having a ball with that sex. And it was his camera. They took 100 to 200 pictures in that camera. And the FBI developed, was able to clean it up, fix it, and develop every picture they took. And they could use those pictures in court to show how much he was into her. Like our side, the defense team, had all those pictures to show just how much that so-called innocent Travis Alexander was so innocent and sweet. He's taken 100 or 200 pictures with Jodi butt naked in their bed. And yet he started to date another woman, and this is what he's doing. It's crazy. So, yeah, they took the camera out, and the FBI was able to develop all the pictures. So I thought that was really stupid to throw the camera in there with the memory card. She had to know it takes a memory card, but it was his digital cam. She might never have had one. Well, I would think she had to know it had a memory card. I don't know, because they would have to take it out to get it developed at a store. Yeah. So she probably knew it had a memory card. It's a hard drive. But she didn't think they could. So they did get all the pictures, and that helped the defense to show the jury and the judge, look how much he's having a ball, fucking Jodi Arias all night long. He's got sex she was gorgeous, a gorgeous woman. And she was into sex for hours and hours. And not many women are into sex. Well, not a lot are into it. all night sex and getting into it and having fun. I don't know if they were drinking. Um, I don't know if he. Yeah, I think I saw him drinking a beer on the internet because I thought Mormons weren't allowed to drink alcohol either. So yeah, I just gave you some stories to tell that I thought you might enjoy. So please subscribe if you're new. This is a new class. I just started. I don't know, a week and a half to two. No, probably two. No, I started this show on my own YouTube channel back in February, close to beginning February. Yeah, like I know February 13th and 15th, and I think there was one before the 13th, but I deleted it because it didn't come out right. So I'm going to let you go before it's too late. This looks like it's saying 2 hours. All right, I love you guys. Please subscribe, hop aboard, and go watch the 2 videos that are right next to this video here. Watch the 2 next to it. The first, the black one, where my boobs look like balloons and I'm going to fly up to the ceiling. And I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck hanging from the ceiling and I'm going to be screaming, help, help, get me down from here. That one bustier made my breasts look like balloons. I thought I was going to float away. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go so I can get this uploaded, all right? And I'm going to try to make another one tomorrow. But I did slow down some. Well, I went ballistic because it was my first time I got to have my own show and dress up and be seen, like I'm on TV and be seen with all the foreign countries around the world. We're going to get into the requirements. I know the 2 I could do. We're going to get into the other. It just seemed like only 2 other requirements. We'll get into that. My tutor will help me. And advertising for free will help me. Yeah. Once I get that money, if I want, I can advertise. All right, I better let you go. So please subscribe. I always show my white teeth. So if you subscribe, I show you my bright white teeth because I smile. Every time somebody subscribes to Melinda, I smile. My permanent roots and permanent teeth. But everything else is God-given and natural. My bosoms are God-given. My bleached long hair is my own hair. It's not hair extensions. My eyelashes are my own eyelashes with just a ton of mascara on it. So everything is real, except I had permanent roots for your teeth and permanent bright white teeth put in my whole upper teeth from one end of my mouth to the other end. So I never have to worry about those again. And my bottom teeth, as long as I stay off of popping black tea and coffee, I'm okay. I can have a little bit of coffee, but you got to really watch it. All right, I'm going to let you go. This is going. So I thought you might find some interesting at the end. There'll be lots of tales I will come up with about Jodi, and I will tell you about it. I love you all. Please subscribe, and please watch the whole videos. Okay, starting with these 3 at least, you gotta watch the whole video to follow this. It's called trials. I'm gonna take you through a trial, but it's gonna be filled with, sex, and it's gonna be filled with sex, fame and fortune, money, and murder. It's got all the Hollywood, diva movies that you will just love. So, but you gotta watch the 3 videos I just made and listen. Take notes if you want, and watch these 3 videos. I would appreciate it if you watched them each 5 times. different days. You can stop in the middle. I stop myself. I can only take so long. I'm in the middle of a video. I freeze it and I save it for later. Or you could just let it go and come back to it. So please subscribe and watch the 3 videos for this new class. It's very important because now you're with me from the beginning. You're not coming in later. And subscribe and hit my like button if you will, please. And this trials class and using Jodi Arias, and now I came up with more. I just came up with more interesting. Who was it that I said some really interesting ones? I'll bring them up some more too. What was some of the others? I'll think of it. We gotta stop this. Okay, I love you all. I'm looking at I don't have to get my nails done. Okay, I blew you a kiss. I love you all. I love all my fans and all my students. So please watch all these 3 videos because this is going to be a fun class. It ain't going to be neurology or the solar system or the phonetics. All that we're taking a break from. It's going to be this law class. So hop aboard these last 3 videos and listen and keep watching it over and over. Just watch as long as you can do it. And then you get tired of it, you stop and come back another time. But accomplish these 3 classes and think about what I'm saying because this is going to get juicier and juicier. They called Jodi his dirty little secret. So there, I just taught you something else. All right, I got to go, folks. Good night.